going on a trip. Who's ready to go?
Yeah.
Well, basically, we're just a bunch of college students who are lucky enough to be spending this semester in India. Right now we're living in Hyderabad, which is a super cool city. It's young, innovative, it's a tech hub of the country, but we knew it had all these different landscapes and geographies, weather, foods, and religions. So we had a break coming up and we decided to try and start planning this trip. We bought our flights and we had an idea of where we were going and we just headed out. So on this trip we had a whole bunch of the homies. Meredith, she's our doctor in training, level-headed, always has a good answer to stuff. Nadav, yes, Nadav, the wise, definitely the dad of the group. Kalia, she's the older sister I've never had, always understanding, sympathetic, super easygoing, and down for whatever. Mason is our yoga doing, smoothie drinking, outdoors Colorado girl. Seth is our business mogul. He's always got some wicked beats to lay on us and a snappy joke to get us all in a good mood. There's Isaac, or Teacher Isaac. Call him that because he's been a camp counselor his whole life and was made to do it. He's got great stories, a big heart, and always got everyone's best interest in mind. And then there's Tessa. She's our beer brewing, red-headed, hippie flower girl. Who am I forgetting? I guess there's just me. And yeah, I don't know how to describe myself. We landed at the airport. I know some of the people in our group definitely had an idea of what was going on, but we knew that we didn't have rooms booked yet. We didn't know how we were going to get anywhere, and so we just kind of we all met up and we grouped together and we planned it out in the airport, and then we went from there. So we ended up getting a bus from the airport and we got to Fort Kochi, which was about an hour away. We split up and we started trying to look for hotels. We were looking for a cheap place to stay that night. I can't take any credit for that. Definitely Nadav and Isaac were on that one. Me and Kalia and Tessa found a place that sold beer, so we just kind of gave up and went and grabbed some beers. When Nadav and Isaac were looking for the hotel, they met up with these guys who run this tuk-tuk program in Fort Kochi, where basically these drivers of the little autos or the tuk-tuks, they will drive us around for free, and in return they bring us to all these different touristy places, and then they get paid for bringing us to the different shops and attractions. So we were like, yeah, sure. And so they brought 3 tuk-tuks around, picked us all up, and we headed out on an adventure. We decided to head back to our hotel, and we kind of bedded down for the night because we had an early start in the morning. Seth, bro, what have you discovered about our beds?
They're made of hay, bro. I think it's just a bale of hay.
This really is. It's just...
I think these are beds for baby horses.
This is where we stayed tonight. Very nice. So next morning we had to get up super early. We paid for the hotel and we went to the bus station to get our 7 a.m. bus. So there was a whole bunch of tourists and backpackers waiting at the bus stop, and when the bus pulled up, everybody just flooded on. So I kind of beelined it and got right onto the bus, right to the back, and got a really sweet seat. But everybody else in the crew wasn't so fortunate. They ended up sitting in the front and in the aisles and not actually getting a seat. On top of that, we had a few soldiers who got motion sickness, and that definitely put a damper on the spirits of the group for a bit. Oh, we made it harsh.
I threw up as well.
Sorry, what? What?
I chimed in.
Yeah. We made it to Menard, and everybody gets off the bus. At least we all made it.
Where's Central Mason?
Yeah, let's see their smiling faces. Did you find them? Bob and I are on the quest to go find where we're gonna live.
We need to find somewhere cheap where we can smoke.
True. We ended up going back to a different part of town called Old Menard and found these guys who, they didn't have any room in the hotel there, but they knew of a cottage that was about 10 kilometers away where we could stay. He said it was like pretty much in the middle of the jungle, and that sounded pretty much like what we wanted to do and where we wanted to stay. We split up then, and we gave half the crew the bags to go check out the place, and then the other half of us went on a tuk-tuk ride. Good morning, we made it. We got in last night. I had a great dinner at the hostel. It's 10 a.m. We slept in today, but we got into our hotel last night, and so I don't even know what it looks like outside. So I'm gonna get up, go check it out, make a plan for the day. Alright. So I'm gonna have to add you to my list of people to try and forget about. Finally get to where we're going, and just as we pull over and park, it starts pouring rain, like hailing, pissing, pouring rain. No, it's hailing! But that didn't stop us. We had all our bathing suits on, and so we went and we hiked down to the waterfall and cue the waterfall montage. I think that was really the moment when we were all sitting in the waterfall that I realized maybe I had an appreciation for everything that we're able to do. It was like take a step back and look at how fortunate we are how incredible, you know, being in this country is, meeting all these different people, being around, you know, all of these friends, really family. That was a huge part of the trip for me, for sure. We were staying in the jungle, but it didn't totally feel like it. But that night, the jungle definitely came to us, because when we got back from dinner, we walked in, and this was on the wall. Hey Mace, what are you looking for?
I just need something to capture this giant fucking spider.
Yeah? What?
Here's my hand size.
Oh, it's gonna bite you!
Holy.
Yeah. Now slide the thing. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Bon bra.
Now you have to hold it.
Now just bring it and throw it outside. Legend.
The next day we had to get up early again because we were leaving Manar and we were heading out to go to Alepe. So we actually rented a car for all of us to take the 6-hour drive from Manar to Alepe. Coming out of the jungle, driving down from the hills, we get back towards water and we get to Alepe, and we get there and we immediately go to the houseboat, which was the one thing we had planned out before the trip started, was that we're going to go stay on one of these houseboats.
Just trying to keep it light, sometimes cast a shadow. Trouble is keeping quiet, and you know well where your heart goes. Troubles with meeting anybody these days are bringing you down. All predisposed, believing in a wolf who wears sheep's clothes. Yeah.
Tess, this is awesome. This is such a cool beat you're making.
So we woke up the next day and we found a ride to take us back to Fort Kochi for the day. We went back to Kochi and got on our flight, and that was it. It was quite the trip. I couldn't really be any more thankful to have spent it with those 7 peeps. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to forget it. It was amazing.